May I invite now Mr. Ajinath Tele for the next presentation. He's the Assistant General Manager in NABARD. We'll be talking on areas of support by NABARD on protected cultivation. It will be really interesting.
So, good afternoon, all of you. First of all, I really thanks to inviting us in this 5G farming, and Madam was continuously after me, so to have this. But anyway, so as we all know, NABARD is a apex developmental bank, and basically we are doing majorly three functions. One is developmental, second is refinance, and third is kind of supervision. So what we are doing now, and what we are supporting through this conference also, NABARD is one of the sponsor to this conference. So it comes under our developmental functions. So as a part of our developmental function, as such, like now I think I have seen one or two presentations, the research stations are working directly in the research and that too. So we are basically supporting for those researches or technologies to be taken to the farmers, or the kind of we say in the agriculture term, it's an extension of the technology or lab to land. So how would we are doing that is through basically the credit support. See, any kind of technology specifically on the protected cultivations requires the heavy investments, and until it adopted by the farmers, and for which it requires the investments, rather government through the various schemes it is kind of given assistance, but still there is a gap of funding which required for the credit, and the banks which are basically the who supporting the in this case, and to enhance this credit to the sector, specifically we can say the horticulture, plantation horticulture, and under which it is a protected cultivation. NABARD is taking a lead while developing the kind of model bankable projects, uh, coordinating with the banks to come up with the kind of unit cost for particular activity, then developing the area developmental schemes. Like, but suppose there is one specific kind of area which can be taken up on the cluster basis. So how it will come up, like how many units, how would be the that marketing linkages, how would be the banks to be roped in. So all these things NABARD is taking it up. In one of the example I would like to give you that when I was in the Haryana, I was in Haryana regional office earlier, we have come up with the model bankable project on protected cultivation in Haryana in association with the Department of Horticulture, Haryana government. And I think that was Dr. Arjun Singh Saini was the director there in Haryana. I don't know whether somebody from Haryana is here now. So that model bankable project has really impacted or take a lead of the in coming up this greenhouse, or we can say polyhouse units along the GT road, like from their center of excellence which is in their Gharonda and all these things. Even in Maharashtra also we are working with even KVK Baramatis. Recently we have uh, supported one project, specifically vegetable grafting. So vegetable grafting in capsicum and brinjal. So this center of excellence vegetable in set up in the KVK Baramati, they are having the technology. So we have supported them to take this technology to the farmers. So NABARD is doing that, even supporting such projects on the pilot basis. Third, next one is to come up with this kind of policy advocacy to the various schemes, while framing at the even the state government level or at the central government levels. So we have some our ground presence, like in the districts where this MIDH is being reviewed, then in the district level committees where these credits are being planned basically, then and monitored. So all these things generally are doing. And the recent space, as we are saying ki, since this agri startups and FEO, so we are supporting these FEOs and even agri startups to go for basically uh, this. Anyway, this production is, if there is production, there is production by all these technologies and all this linkages, or basically we are saying the aggregation, collection and its marketing. So there are various you can say platforms are being developed by the agri startups, and those agri startups needs to be adopted by these FEOs, which are boom in the now Indian agriculture. So such, to support such innovations, to support FEOs, and to, you can say, incubate these agri startups which are really working through this you can say precision kind of farming, may we are having some rural agricultural incubation centers which are set up in the some of the agricultural universities, like in Tamil Nadu Agriculture University in Coimbatore, Haryana Agriculture University in Hisar, then in one in Gwalior. So there are 5-6 such rural incubation agriculture rural incubation centers are set up through NABARD. And we are basically we can say ki capacity building, so last part I am telling is capacity building of all kind of bankers. Basically our bird has separate training institution, which Bankers Institute for Rural Development. In order to take up all these credit activities, appraisal and all these things, we do conduct the training programs, basically on site also, even in campus trainings,
You have
through our
5 minutes more.
through our this rural banking sector. And we are morely focusing on this capacity building of these rural regional banks and even cooperative banks. So this is all about my talk. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That banking is very much essential and you put it in a very nice way within the time. Thanks a lot.